isusile lento nayo there. Yeah, check it there. Can you see it there?
Yeah, I see it.
Can you see the difference?
I don't remember being Janika.
Hayi lena uza-edit yilona yonke leyo but iventuk. Hey, listen, I was in a party. I can bet you I felt out.
Hey.
I said and I asked myself, what's happening to me? It's damn. You know, I used to be a person who could just have fun when I go to parties and all that. But I couldn't. You know what's the problem is, the more we talk about all these issues about instructors and all that, because now the Eguruleni instructors were like going to sit and come together and try and bring things back, because people hate each other, see, and it's not funny. It's not like it's all over. Even Eguruleni, because when I started Eguruleni, there was a federation, not actually a federation, a body that we were going to start, because of we realized that if we don't work together, masfunuktola ama sponsors and actually get government to help us. Cannot help us unless we are under a body.
Yes.
So we wanted to open an association. So I found the association. The babies are a Eguruleni Fitness Association. So when I started that, I've built up from the scratch. I combined everyone from Eguruleni, from Tembisa, David Twa, down to Abo Batini na Le Panzuku Mangatue Nigeria. I've got that place.
Is it Heidelberg?
No, Heidelberg it's not Eguruleni already. It falls under Val.
Oh.
Yeah, but so this whole, what you see now, how it started blowing up like Abo Sbamben and all that. After Bindian's EFA. So when I found EFA, I've realized this is what is needed. Working together. Uzobona kwenye talk lebe ngiyenza no class. It was, I've always been someone who understood why we must work together. Because if we don't work together, nothing comes to us.
Yeah.
And then we'll always wonder why government is taking money and it's supposed to be coming to us, but easy. Because we are all alone. Lawyer, we one, one. We don't belong to a structure.
Yes.
So I understood a structure. From the structure, then we can filter out whatever that is needed.
Yes.
The structure label finally it was based in terms of business, sports, and then another thing, it was now social events and gathering, marathons and all that.
I see.
Yeah. And then wellness again, which is, it encompasses everything. So meaning, in terms of the business, we have you are someone who's good with cameras and all that, and if events are there, then it would be maybe your company that we use instead of going outside. So we're looking, I looked at everyone and I said, look, we all need to register as companies and also become members as clubs and business. So meaning with Mau Give Cash, you are a business and also you have your own club. And then you can also have athletes which can do maybe sports aerobics. Or even if sports aerobics is not there, we would start our own sports, which it was supposed to have regulations.
Something like these guys of
Rules.
CrossFit are doing.
Yes.
Something
Yes.
that's well regulated.
It's
Everybody
not-
knows.
yes. We can start our own thing that can be regulated and can be registered as a sport. Yes. Then we can grow it from there. You'd be surprised that if Besangayenza learned, it would even grow to other countries, even international.
Yes.
But who would have started that? Ne? Unlike, because I realize what sports aerobics per se into a balloon. And Tina, stand my marathons. But if we would regulate them, but make them competitive, so that it's easy for us to get sponsors in. And then would have a match, fixtures and nini. This club, it's against that club. It's not like we're having a marathon. A marathon for me, it means nothing because why am I saying this? It means a marathon. Then must get up. It doesn't build anyone with a team of such and such. It's going to go in there and then a player like Ona also can be sold to another team for so much. And you know, that's in my mind, that's what I saw. That's what I saw.
Let me tell you what I've been thinking about. Actually, what I've started. I'm sure you saw a logo that you haven't seen before on my pages. The GFC logo.
That the people will see that GFC, yes.
Yeah. So what I'm doing there is that I saw Guti, instead of hiring venues, let me do Zoom events. But now, if I teach these Zoom events alone every time, they are going to be monotonous. And if I invite instructors to just come and teach, that has been done before. So now my plan is to hire a small space, maybe a library or auditorium, and then get 8 people, 4 ladies, 4 men. They wear GFC clothing, they are on stage, they are competing. Obviously the first one will be invitational, where I'm hiring these guys, where I'm inviting these guys. And then we go on stage, we teach them. We can use 2-3 different instructors, but all of them will have these guys behind them. The camera will be on them, all of them. And then as we are shooting, the people will buy tickets on Zoom, and this will be broadcasted on Zoom. And these guys, they will get part of the entry fees on Zoom as the winners. Maybe we say winner takes all. They get all the money, whoever wins men and whoever wins ladies. And then we know what now we've had our event and it was interesting, it was a competition. And it can start as invitational. But this is something that can be grown so much that even those people who are on Zoom can also be at the hall, and these guys can be on stage competing, and they vote for the winners, not judges.
You must understand that there is one thing about it's if you want to see sponsors, bangena to this, it's like a YouTube.
Yes.
YouTube has a lot of companies that are paying for amalona wabo, for ama
sponsorships,
adverts wabo ukuthi abe lapha. So they would then give this money to YouTube, so that when you create whatever that you create, then they'll take part in it and show whatever they want to show, which then they give you 50%. Am I right?
No, not 50, but they give you something out of it.
Yeah, but I think it's depending on what level you are on. If you have I don't know, because I was listening, but we need to listen to that one, right? Because in terms of how many sponsors that were showing on the channel yako, when you were showing your videos, mali of that, when they are showing, during that time they are showing, they give you 50% of it. They take 50%. That's what I read.
Let me explain something very interesting. When you do Google Ads, which are shown on YouTube, let's say you want to market your product, Google charges you about maybe 5 rands, 10 rands, 2 rands per click. right? And then when you are on YouTube as a creator, you get paid per 1,000 views.
Yeah.
And in those 1,000 views, you find that you can get 50 rands per 1,000 views.
Yeah.
Now imagine 1,000 views, but 1,000 views are not 1,000 clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000 views.
Yeah.
So out of 1,000 people, YouTube will give you 40 rands, 50 rands.
Yeah.
As a creator. Sometimes 80 rands, and on some videos they give you more. And then they charge those people, the people who are there, 2 rands, 3 rands, 5 rands, 10 rands, depending on what you are promoting. So it's a very tricky one. It's not. It's they are using 2 different methods. If they were paying creators per click, we're going to know exactly how much we get paid in terms of, maybe they are saying 50% because it's expected that maybe out of 10 views that you get, at least you will get 1 click. So that means maybe they will say out of 1,000, maybe let's say you'll say they made 1,000 rands or 2,000.
Explain what is this click.
A click is someone that sees an ad and then they open it. They charge for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then with us creators, they pay us per views. And views include the person watching the ads.
Yeah. No, I do get that.
Yeah.
But you still remember they say when you have reached, I said you are eligible now to be monetized.
Yeah, I am.
Then during that period where you are being monetized, they want you to already have opened a ad share or something like that.
AdSense.
AdSense, yes.
Yes.
So we created from Google.
Yes.
Which is the one has to do with how you are going to utilize or get the percent and whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're not basically is how Google pays you.
Yeah.
Be it you doing it on your website, be it you doing it on Google, be it you doing it anywhere, wherever you are doing it. AdSense is the one that's going to pay you. Like for instance, I've got a website. On my website I've got videos. If that video is monetized, and then when people watch it on my website, then I still get paid through AdSense on the ads that are shown there.
Okay, exactly what I was trying to say. Yeah, but I've realized, but I would still look at it because I was like shocked because when I saw it for the first time yesterday, because I told like I'm like there's so many things.
Yeah,
which I still need to really look at. Okay, policy, this side. Let me maybe focus on the policy on its own first. Then after, let me focus on the financials, on the financials in terms of percentage, how, what, when, what does what. And then let me focus on production itself because hey. There's so many categories this thing you don't just say I'm just a creator. No, don't talk about Impuan. That for me it's too much. I've got sinuses.
It's flavored.
Yeah. But it's still poison. I don't mind. Buy candles.
Yeah,
buy candles.
Okay, I will do that.
So yeah. Somzi, at least you are here. I am lucky that I have you. So I can say I'm fortunate now because when I want to ask all these questions, I know I've got someone who will be able to answer them now. Yeah, but as I was saying, I'm saying it's the right thing that you're doing with Give Gas challenge, and you see, Mangiti, it's very important we look at where we come from. That's why I found myself lapang say, but I was so out. I was not bored, but I was out in terms of I couldn't just connect. You know why? These people, be together. That's the start. but maybe at the beginning they will maybe talk words of reconciliation.
Okay.
And it was not that.
Also, the plan was if Bani has got a beef with someone else, they must just face
yes,
it
but
and talk.
at least even if you don't have a meeting, because it was a party anyway, but I would have expected that at least 5 minutes talk nyana, where we ends with the song sibe right, you know, and not just push it away because now we have a bath, a bucket of alcohol sitting there, and already people as they come in,
I think,
and I am not against alcohol. I drink. I drink. I want everyone to understand that. I also do drink, but I have a problem when people, they know which they have not yet settled their differences, but they still want to sit together as if there's no problem.
That's where fights break out.
Exactly, because now I look at them, I only see hypocrites. Honestly, I only see hypocrites because you can't be saying this and then tomorrow and then you change it to that because nothing was said. I'm not saying have a meeting, but at least let's say next year we need Uguti, how are we going to start working together? Because they would go and support Abantu Ngaphandle. You know how many clubs we have? I won't even call them clubs. How many brands? Let me just put it that way. It's easier. How many brands we have? Egruleni. So many. Fosloras one in about 8. Ikatlohong one in about 10, 11. Itembisa nayo, it has its own.
Yeah, I know Tembisa.
Yeah, brands are and then you go Davidton in Egruleni kupela.
Wow.
But every time when there is an event, one of the Egruleni, they don't support each other.
But they were sitting in the party together.
You see, that's my problem, because the party was actually meant to bring everyone back. Right? So at least let's have a decency to say we understand that we have this, but now we're going to put it behind us. But before we can start having fun, let's come up with at least a date where we are going to sit a plan ahead.
You know what?
I needed that only. So that we are all now relaxed and then we can have fun.
You know that we will talk.
Yes.
But I think another thing that causes people not to talk is because other people, I'm sure they arrived late there. Other people, they arrived already drunk. And you find that like everyone felt like, you know what, like we'll be wasting time. Especially you find that the main players were not in a state where they can talk.
Because my worry is, who is the main player? Because to me, everyone is a main player. But I don't see, I don't know, maybe how I see things. Maybe they're different from people around. Gum now, MZ. I am not the main player. And also, I don't look at you as a main player. No. We are equal. So whatever that we say, it must work both ways. It shouldn't be waiting over me now. I've been long in the field now. I'm a main player. No, I'm not. I may be the one who's got more experience, but that doesn't make me the main player. Do you understand? Because you behind the production and making a camera seven, everything, right? I mean, in your own right, you are the main player. If that's what is called main player. And I mean, in my own rights also, because of the experience that I have in whatever that we are talking about, which combines the two, because without you, this wouldn't be possible. So who's the main player? There's no main player. We all are main players. It depends on what position am I playing.
You know, when you
so if I play my position gahle, and now I don't see any problem.
This is what I want to come to, Makwala. When you look at these aerobics politics, you find that there are people, if they don't like you, everyone else in the aerobics is not going to like you. There are people, if they say something about you, everyone else will believe that to be true. They don't have to be the best teachers. They don't have to be anything, but they are just people who, I would say, they've got influence.
Yes.
Which is leadership.
Yeah.
They've got a power to influence other people, but unfortunately, when you give the power to influence, when wrong people have got the power to influence, that's when you get the Guptas running the country.
Yes, I know. I know. But now here's what I believe in. You see, the problem is when you allow power to be spread in a negative way.
Yes.
It destroys. It's more like when I was saying to you, a knife is sharp. So, but when you compare someone who is bright, what do we say? We say he's sharp as a
sword,
as a knife or sword.
Yes.
But we look at this thing, but in like literally, what is it? It's a tool.
Yes.
But a tool without any hand that picks it up.
That tool is
in a king, it doesn't have a problem until someone picks it up and use it. But now it will depend how it is utilized.
Because the people are different.
Yes.
It can be used to defend the poor or the
it can be
the
used
vulnerable.
Wrong. It can be used right.
Yes.
But also, hence why I always emphasize understanding, so that we know where to pull back when it is not safe.
Yes, true.
Do you understand? I always say act, but be cautious in terms of, is it safe for you to act? It's like when you're driving. You yield, but proceed if it's safe.
If you're about to
overtake,
check.
If it's safe to do so, that's what it says. If it's safe to do so, overtake. But now, if you look at all these things, hence I always say to people it's just that they make as if they don't understand laws of nature. These rules and regulations and whatever that you find on anything, it's not things which you was told and just bring you a power. It's because of so that there is harmony and understanding and in seven son, we have to apply rules of nature. What is nature? What is humanity? Do you understand? Obviously, if I'm say I am human and I respect my brother, I also would like that brother to respect me. Then I must understand laws of nature, right? Because I wouldn't want to see you unglimaza. Or mina nguglimaze but maseyiza kimi mina ngiexpect ukuthi ngingalimaza but ngikhohliwe ukuthi mara nawe nami bengukulimaza. So people must always look at those things, because yes, you may be someone who you are easily influenced because of you see a certain person as an idol. Do you understand?
True.
Yeah, and then whatever they say it goes through. Do you understand?
Yes.
And no. You must always question it first. It doesn't matter who. Even if it can be me, if I've got any followers that believe in God in so much that they think anything that he says is true. And then I said, no, you're wrong. First, everything. I always, even when I teach, I always say to my students, do you have your phones? Don't switch off your phones. Make sure that your Google is running. If plus we HFPA, there is Wi-Fi. Yeah, here's the Wi-Fi alone. So anytime when I talk and there's something you don't understand, you're not sure about, Google now.
Yes.
Yeah. And if I'm wrong, tell me, no. But according to this, it says this. Do you understand? And I love that, because sometimes I will say things thinking with me, they are that way. So a teacher can also be taught. It's not, I mean, I don't feel offended if someone does that.
I know that.
That
is why I'm free. When we disagree on something, I'm free to emphasize on the point.
I don't feel offended, and I know how to say no. Look, I might have looked at it maybe wrong because of I thought 1 2 1 2.
Yes.
But yeah, no, you are right.
And you are human.
Yes, I'm human. I'm human. So it doesn't mean that because I've got so much experience, I'll always say the right things. You know? And you will learn from making faults. So when we see people still struggling at the beginning, we shouldn't look at them and say, oh, this one, we are better. But what are you doing? How many things are so betile? And when someone can face you and tell it straight in your eyes and say, we are better, how are you going to feel? Yes, it's not right to always look at because we need to start helping each other. As we are talking about structure and all that, which is was cooler, we need to start thinking with, okay, look, see Eguruleni, because I like to make example with Eguruleni because I know I played a big role in terms of Eguruleni. And now you find that law akathandi law hweba law ufuna ukhipha manje revenge uthi angizobabonisa. So whatever that they do, they are doing it to prove themselves. So proving a point, it doesn't help because at the end you get people that are innocent caught in a crossfire of people who think they know are actually confused, fighting against themselves. And when we look at it, we have so much to do. Communities around Guruleni, nobody has actually even tapped into them. With all these brands and Kulumengazo, there are so many. But if you can sit and say, okay, in your area, Pela, Leo Tolugutu are situated as a brand, how many people are supporting you? Ne? Oh.
Yeah, I don't understand the point of having an event in Pretoria and having 70% of the people that are attending your event coming from KZN,
exactly.
Making an example, or somewhere else.
Yeah,
I don't understand that school of thought. I think it would be better if it was an online thing, because they don't have to go to the place. All they have to do is to log in from the comfort of their own home. But if it's a physical event, you want the people in the area to know what's happening.
Exactly. But you see, this is where I tend to differ with most of why I say when we do events, what are we doing them for? I am not against someone doing an event. And I'm not saying we shouldn't be happy. We should be happy. But let's not be happy on account of just making sure that I had a big number of people coming to my event, even if in my area nobody knows about me.
Or even the event. Let's say they don't know about you.
Yes.
Let them know about the event.
Exactly.
You know, and I think that people in an area where an event is, it's always nicer when they are part of it, because you don't know what problems you can run into.
Exactly.
You know, if you've got neighbors that know what's happening.
Mina, I'm still worried, man. You see, culture is nayo. It's where you find when people think they have made it, they move away from Amalokshin. Then go and stay in Masabapin and all that and think they've run away from the problem. But the truth of the matter is, in the long run, we are looking at you have a family. And you're going to have kids, you're going to have grandkids. So that generation that is still coming, what have you done to make sure ukuthi mayiba khona it all izinto says right, so that they can carry on with where you've ended? If we talk about human development, What are we talking about? When Maslow's designed that pyramid,
Hierarchy of
yeah,
needs.
hierarchy of needs. It's because he has studied already human behavior. And then on which part of the pyramid are we growing or are we stagnant? Because if we are at the bottom of the pyramid and we are not climbing up, then it's a problem. Because you remember, at the bottom, it's all about
Food,
shelter. But you want to be at the peak of the pyramid where now you are self-actualized.
Yeah.
Who are you in the society?
You can't be self-actualized without having security.
Yes. But people, let's say they've had already that. Meaning they need to make space now for other people that are still coming. And they need now to start be the ones that now are helping out down there. Right? Because when you self-actualize, now you are looking at what? You are looking at how do I make a change in a society? Behavior also changes because you are not now worried about yourself, because you have sorted yourself out first when you are still at the bottom.
True.
Because that level, I call it sorting yourself out. And what is sorting yourself out? Sorting yourself out is making sure that you have provided for a family, because family, everything, friends, those things, they are at the bottom. But now at the peak, you are not a person who's worried about a friend or a family. That is
social.
No, yes, you are right up there where you are saying whatever step that I take, it has to affect people in the community. It has to affect the society. It has to affect the world. But ask yourself, because if you are a part of a body or one of a part of ilona, the limb or isandla or ini, you want to make sure with njengesandla you play your role very well. But you're not the one who's making decisions when you are there.
No, your brain does.
Yeah, your brain does. But the brain cannot be sandla at the same time.
No. The brain
needs isandla.
Yes.
Yeah. So you need to know who am I in this whole universe? Who am I? And am I playing my role right now? That way, you show you have grown up, because of now you can play your part so well without feeling threatened
by people
doing their own parts.
I get you.
But you see, what I see with most people at this point in time is that they should be playing their own parts, but they are not doing that. They're actually worried about if this other person that's playing its own part, right. Their perceptions are wrong, because when you are looking at what they're supposed to be doing, they're not doing that. They're focused on other people's problems, but they're not focusing on their own problems.
Okay.
Yeah, your problem is to make sure ukuthi mhlambe fanele sithole ukudla after an event or whatever they fanele yenzeke, and then loyana I problem yakho ukuthi fanele yenze sure ukuthi we get new people for our company so that it keeps running. You are doing marketing. Law responsible for production to make sure ukuthi everything here to be right. When you are responsible mhlambe for a program, making sure with the program, no, uyothola low program saka manje angene emalini, lo saka ngene. Now when you look at all the bodies esizistatayo sisonke, they end up where people, because of they don't trust each other. You see, they don't trust each other, they end up ngani because of not trusting. Because trust on its own, it means wena wako. If you don't trust, that means wena you are not the one to be trusted. Exactly.
True.
Because it's energy. You see, I always make an example that even if I know this person, banokumbeka kabi, but I always give people a benefit of a doubt. Ne? If I trust them with what I think they are going to be able to do, the energy that I'm going to send when I give them my trust, it is undeniable. No one can just destroy it. Even if lo muntu angayenza a mistake, they will manage to rise above that problem. You see, I said a mistake. I didn't say manga chonchi mali. No. Or manga yenza ini or wrong. No. Because of the species up and down. Give them a benefit of doubt. We are human, number one, and we need to understand with there are certain things we astray. Instead of doing the right thing, then we end up going wrong. But if we can start to trust each other and then look at when it comes to this, he will do it and we are turned. Once we give people their positions right, people won't make mistakes, they won't disappoint you. But we can see he is not good with handling imali. But some trappers, no, you'll see. Nothing from Bonisa. You'll see, but you knew at the beginning, you knew meaning what I see party.
And you told me it's not even a problem. Maybe the person didn't grow up where they were.
Exactly. And
that's very dangerous.
It is because of we are tempting each other and then hoping Uguti goes over right so that we can show off. No. If you know what I am good with programming, no, give me programming. Don't put me where I need now to be counting money, because if you put me where I have to be counting money, this money is on Chinese. Wrong. But you knew very well, Uguti.
That's not your strong
That's
point.
not my strong point. I cannot manage it. But you give me program, I'll manage it well. So hence, as people, we need to start understanding each other so that there is progression. I don't see mina umuntu or wrong. I see Njawuti. We need to find ourselves and understand each other. Because when we understand each other, then it's easy then to say, but you need to be here. You see, when I look at this, I look at when I first started, I realized that because of people, money to them, it's like a niche. Moyenza into yenzela imali. Moyenza into yenzela imali. Kanti imali is just there as something, a tool to make us achieve goals, but money is not a goal.
It's like
money is not a goal.
It's like saying an artist is doing a song, but as he is doing the song, he is doing a song for the song to be the song of the year.
Yeah. Yes.
Now he has skipped a lot of things in terms of the song.
Yeah.
He forgot about the people he wants to make who enjoy the song.
Exactly.
He forgot about the artists that he needs in the song so that ABC can be achieved.
Exactly.
You need a guitarist, you need a pianist, you need a drummer,
exactly.
you need a good voice, you need backup singers.
Exactly.
And all these people, if you don't think about this when you're planning your song and you're just thinking about the song of your year,
then
you won't get the song of the year.
Then you are with me exactly when I say to you, when I was sitting in that party, I see people that want to solve a problem. But they don't want to consider things.
The actions.
That
solves a problem.
That solves a problem. They start with the last thing.
When the problem is already solved. I get you.
The problem is still at hand. At least let's have a way forward. Okay, we are going to start here, but since we are going to start here, this will be something that is let's not start by drinking and hope things will just solve themselves, or assume with says right.
You know what's the best thing that makes people talk? A workout.
You see?
Had they met that morning
exactly.
and did a workout?
No. According to them, doing it feels as if by Yenzi the workout. But you see, even doing a workout, because of there was an event, a basic Virgin Active. Again, number one.
Yeah.
It is a Virgin Active, and it was done for Virgin Active.
Already
it's out.
Yeah.
For me, it's out. I'm not saying Virgin Active, maybe you're wrong. Virgin Active have got nothing to do with it.
No, they're just a business.
Bona, because of they did arrange it, but they arranged it under a banner. Here, Virgin Active. So it was good for the members, say, Virgin Active. But for them, after that event, then they planned with the bios were together. But then they were supposed to at least sit and forge ahead and plan with, okay, even if today we are not going to have a meeting, but let's look at things that we can put on our agenda so that we plan well. So that once we see the meeting, we know what we are going to talk about, and then we can collect points from there. We are not going to talk today, but let's at least plan. Our meeting is going to be maybe first week January, and then maybe we need to have events calendar, and then on that event calendar we need to understand what is the purpose of our events. Number two, we need to maybe look at ironing out our problems. And so cinema problems is why at the beginning, why were we not working together? What caused it? We need to iron that out. It will be an item lab, and then we'll give it so much time so that everyone will collect your points, and then you will send them to this person. We'll have so and so you all agree with it and about we are draw agenda so that we can all send our items away. But the main items he lays so that we have sub items under it. So heading ya lena mawufuna eda kuleyo mawuzana lezo edwala. So that when we discuss, we know what you're going to talk about. Because a meeting without an agenda.
No, that's not a meeting. You can't call it even a meeting. Like, you don't, if there is no agenda, you can't say it's a meeting. Okay, it was a meeting, but it was not a meeting.
Exactly. But now, look at most of our meetings. Do they have an agenda? Let's be true. I mean, do they have an agenda?
I don't know.
Because
our
anything.
meeting,
Yeah. Our meeting.
Our podcast has got an agenda.
In an agenda. But I'm talking about the meetings, our meetings in most cases. When we meet, because sometimes we hear they said, yeah, we need to meet so that we can start talking. You just have a heading, but you don't have a real agenda with fitness. What is things because fitness is broad.
You know, there was something that we used to call when I used to work. We used to call it PAP. It used to be called PAP, PAP. Preparation against plan. No, performance against plan. So with performance against plan, what we would do is at the beginning of the year, we'll all meet different sections and we'll set out goals for the year. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do this year. You can have in March I want to do APC, especially for me because I was PTSR, which was physical training and recreation, sports and recreation. So I would I want to have a fitness test in March, I want to have a fitness test in June, I want to have a fitness test in September, and then in between the fitness tests I want at least to have sessions maybe so many times a week. I want to have so many people participating in sports this year. Out of the how many people in the unit, I want to have at least this many people, and all those things. We want to have 2-3 social events. The nice thing in that unit, they had a project committee which used to organize the end year function and some of the sports days. So as a functionary, I was working hand in hand with the project committee. which meant ukuthi I had more hands than only working alone, which I loved. So now that pub meeting was held every month, and every time you go there, they will ask you about the plans that you set out for the year. With how far are you with this? How far are you with this? Then you must stand there and report. And you know, and you know, I think this is one of the things.
But you see what I'm talking about is, for me, I find myself lost if you don't give me a map.
Yeah, you will
if
be
you don't
lost.
give me a map, I get lost because I'm still trying to figure out. By the way, where am I going? Number one.
Exactly.
Because you called me with Uzong address with we need to move, but you didn't say where.
There's something that they say, but action without vision is a complete waste of time. And vision without action is just a dream.
Exactly.
But action with vision.
But you know what puzzles me is, maybe if a party, no man, let's just get together and be together since it's end of the year, it's over Monday. I wouldn't have this perception in my mind, I wouldn't even call it. I wouldn't have an expectation.
Because we were just going to go to have fun.
Yes. But my expectation was, it would be so nice to see that everyone is coming together to reconcile and have a way forward.
Yeah.
You go, not even a single one of them spoke about it until Mataibo, what are you here for?
Wrong timing.
No, I music. You'd have seen. Why? I said, no. Answer me. I know what money must be. I said, can't even see half for in now.
Hey, you guys were dressed so nice. They blue and white.
Yeah.
And then
you said I must dress blue and white for unity and whatever, but not even a single word for unity to say now what from when we leave here. We live with zero because now, I mean, way forward at least, people. Say Nini will meet to talk, it's fine. But as long as I see us having fun, but say I know what is happy. What am I celebrating? Because I want to, I wanted to celebrate. But how do I even start celebrating what? What am I celebrating?
Unity.
What? There was a fake unity. That's a fake unity.
And that's
because that way, I feel like people are hypocrites. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
And sometimes we need to face the truth. I love those boys. I love all those. I mean, I love what I see people doing. But let's have direction.
Yeah.
Because if soon they're going to be tired, and they're going to drop it. I'm telling you, look. And it's sad to see there's so much that people can do. And then they are just letting it die.
You see what's the difference between having a goal and not having a goal? Is that, let's make an example. There's an exercise that we used to do when I did my motivation course. They would say, walk from that corner.
Yeah.
Okay, they would first say, walk.
Yeah.
Ne? As you're walking, they put something in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen?
Yeah.
You stop.
Yeah.
But they say to you, walk from that corner to that corner of the room.
Yeah.
When they put something in front of you, you go around it or over it and continue going towards the corner.
Because you know where you are going.
Exactly.
You
and
have to get there.
That is what a lot of people
Yeah.
don't understand is that when you set a target, it doesn't matter what is placed in front of you.
You will always want to
because
reach
you've got a plan. You know how to perform.
Exactly.
Which goes back to that performance against something. Which is the same thing that we are saying. Look, yes, we can be having fun, but which direction is this fun going? Because during fun, people are going to talk.
Exactly.
What are they going to build each other on? If we don't know where we're going,
exactly.
I say, Madam Z, why don't we go left? Only, but we should go right. They are talking on their own, in their pockets. Why? Because there is no common goal. And you find that you come out of that team building, going separate ways.
Listen, you see what I've ended up hearing is, if we still talk in the corners, we need to start doing our own thing. But but it's not unity. That's not unity for me. Because you're talking to that one there, and then lona ngapa kuluma, but kona manje. So these issues are not discussed together. Yes, you are in one place, but you're not discussing it together. You don't allow other people's views on top of whatever you are talking about. Maybe there is something that you are talking about there that they don't agree with. But because of you're talking to this one person, and you know what is dangerous about that is, most of the time when you're telling someone something, you want them to agree with you. And how you're going to say it, it may look like they agree with you, but they don't.
Eish.
They don't. And then tomorrow you say, you are a rat, or you why? I was talking to you, and now but you didn't want to know whether that person whatever that you were telling them. Do you understand? So then I would stop them every time when someone's come to me and say, no, whoa. But why are we here? No one answered me. But now you are telling me. And I overheard someone telling someone something else that way. So in the same party, they were talking, but they were not having one talk.
Yeah.
True. You can hear everyone was.
And it's so nice when people talk, but as you said, if there is no agenda, if there is no direction. Remember, if we are saying we are going to Cape Town next week, then we are done talking. We sit and drink. Exactly. Now, when I am talking to my friend on the corner, we are either discussing how do we get to Cape Town, or if we are going or not. Exactly. But now, if there is no destination, I might say, remember, let's go to Durban.
And remember, before we can even say we have a destination, we should first agree on the destination.
Yes.
I think we should go to Cape Town. What do you think? Don't say we are going to Cape Town.
Yeah.
Hence, I didn't see, because that's what I was waiting for.
But even that, we are going to Cape Town is better than nothing.
Exactly. Because when you
it can be autocratic. But as long as there is a direction.
But at least I have a mazip or something to grab on and say, no. Mina angfuni say Cape Town kala, angfuna say Durban kala.
Exactly. Now in the next meeting.
Yes.
Now
then. See, but okay. Manje it is not discuss ukuthi sizofika kanjani wena uthi ufike Cape Town, mina ngibona ukuthi singayi Durban kala. Amara asenzi langa la sizokhuluma ngayo kahle.
Exactly.
Then we have direction. Do you understand? But if they don't open up that and then act as if yes, we all have a problem. What if I don't have a problem?
That is not good. I think that we should close it there. I think that we should close it there. Before we close it though, are we shooting again next week?
We will definitely shoot. We'll make a plan. Okay. I'll either come here or now ngoba ngivashele la ngithi na uvashele lekini uzokwazi ukubona ukuthi unganceda kanjani setting up and all that. Yabona?
Yeah.
I'll definitely